Now, Ben, you're going to take us a bit deeper into this because you've also been looking at the Fabian tortoise. What have you found?
Indeed, I have. Yes, thank you, and thank you for a fantastic article, Gloria. That was a great read, and I highly recommend anyone to go and have a look at it. I shared it on social media over the weekend, and I had some irate London School of Economics graduates in my messages telling me how wrong I was about their beloved Fabian Society. And actually, one of the things that you didn't quite get onto in your report there, you talked about the wolves in sheep's clothing, which I'm going to come back to, but also the mascot originally of the Fabian Society, or one of the mascots, was the tortoise. Very famously, when I strike hard. And I believe, can't prove it, but I think that this is probably borne out by the facts behind the scenes, that this is a direct reference that has been made by Tortoise Media, who we speak about a lot, the independent media organisation started in 2019 by some former BBC editors and top Obama officials and what have you. And I think that they are absolutely acting as wolves in sheep's clothing, most notably through the acquisition of the Observer, which we spoke about at the end of last year. So this has now happened. It has been embedded. James Harding from Tortoise Media has given the stirring leadership talk at the Tortoise Media office to the Observer editorial team to bring them on board, tell them about the future direction. And actually, to show you what I mean by this, like a direct reference to the wolf in sheep's clothing analogy, let's just have a little look at the daily Sensemaker email, which was the flagship piece of communication coming out from Tortoise Media to its subscribers for the past several years. This is now flipped over to the Sensemaker at the Observer. Yeah, so they've done a total switcheroo in the background. The Observer, which has been going for about 150 years, the world's, I think it was the first Sunday newspaper, actually. It's been going for an extraordinarily long time. It's got a great reputation. Whether you agree with its politics or not, it is a respected masthead on the newsstand, and it has now been completely taken over by Tortoise Media. And I think that this is a wolf in sheep's clothing situation. And I suppose my question to Observer readers ultimately is, do you actually really understand what's happened here? Because I don't think that most of them will understand what's happened here, because the guy that I've mentioned who established Tortoise Media is that man on the left-hand side. That's James Harding, former BBC editor. He can be seen here at a Tortoise event from last year, maybe the year before, the Responsible AI Forum at Waddesdon. And Waddesdon is owned by the Rothschild Foundation. In fact, in his summary of that event, he personally thanked Lord Rothschild for the help in establishing the event as a partner. And as we've spoken about many times previously, the counterpart to the Rothschild Foundation in Israel is Yad Hanadiv. Yad Hanadiv was the institutional body that was used to fund the construction of the Israeli Knesset and the Supreme Court, which suggests to me that these wolves, the people currently committing acts of unspeakable atrocity in the Middle East right now and for the past number of decades, are actually now in control of the Observer, and actually beyond that of Guardian Media Group, because Guardian Media Group has gone into a strategic partnership with Tortoise as part of that acquisition. I think that we are looking at a prime example of the wolf in sheep's clothing methodology, approach, tactics, whether it's a direct Fabian link or not. I think that's what's happening here, right, with the Observer. And it's not just happening with the Observer. We've also got a similar thing going on at the BBC at the moment. We've spoken about the local democracy reporter scheme extensively over the past couple of years. I brought them up earlier on this year. They've just announced a new round of contracts that they've put out. One of the people running this at the BBC is saying that the result of this process means that every part of the country will be covered by a local democracy reporter. So the BBC is paying the wages of journalists through 118 separate contracts across the whole of the UK that are then operated, that work for other news titles. BBC is the wolf, the local news titles are the sheep's clothing. essentially. Yeah. And the media, whether people realize it or not, is being very aggressively controlled and managed behind the scenes by international capital and the government. And I think we were really got to keep our eye on this.
Yeah, and clearly it's way beyond politics, even a uniparty system. We see this thing everywhere, and the tentacles are growing.